All right. Welcome in to the first podcast for the Saving Par Show. I am your host, Chris Hubbard, and I'm here with Andrew Turner, Bret Nurski, Matt Thorman. Gentlemen, good
How's it
afternoon.
Hola.
Good evening.
Going straight Spanish to start the first ever podcast. But how's everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody ready to start the season? It's officially the 1st of March. Grint sends me a message saying the season has begun.
Yeah.
So your handicap counts now.
If the Grint said so, it must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the handicap starts to count now. That's if I put it in the application. But this is the first podcast of the Saving Par Show, and we've got some great stuff coming up. It's kind of a reboot from previous, but we're gonna do this right. We're gonna have this is the first episode. It's gonna be released on Friday, the first Friday in March here, followed by episode 2, which will be done on the 24th. And then we're going to have a very special episode coming live from Kirksville/Columbia. Not sure where it's going to be or where we're going to record it yet, but a few of us are going out for an APT event out in Kirksville, Missouri, and Columbia, Missouri the next day. So stay tuned for that. So we can we'll have a podcast up for you on that one for some discussion, maybe a little recap of the round, and probably more or less a ton of frustration being let out about the round of golf we previously played. But also we'll have a Twitter at Saving Par Show, youtube.com/@SavingParShow, Facebook Saving Par Show as well. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get all this out in one go. And then, as we talked this morning, I think Andrew, maybe we have a TikTok coming up too.
I plan on it once we get everything going. We just got to figure out a name and kind of the direction we're going to go with it.
I'm going to go with.
I think we got the name down.
Par Show.
No.
Yeah, I think
the
name is there.
It could be taken though. You never know.
Can we call it the SPS show? Saving Par Show show?
Yeah. That's just call it the show. I'm sure that's not taken.
No.
But that's kind of the rundown. That's where we're starting, and we're going to get into our first segment here. We're going to call it the shotgun start, and basically it's a what's been going on, guys. It's the first week of March, and I would say, given the Midwest weather, we've had some, good days, some bad days. What's been going on?
Just finishing out the indoor league right now.
Yeah, it's the last week of indoor league.
Yep, out at True Aim.
Matt, you're in 2 indoor leagues,
Yep.
aren't you?
AMP out in Lee Summit does one Tuesdays. Me and Brandon play at 8:30 at night. And then we have time Wednesdays.
Bret does not agree with the 8:30 at night, but he's also a 3 a.m. wake up guy. So
yeah,
that doesn't.
That's a no-go.
And then Andrew, you're playing out at True Aim, right? Is that on Wednesdays?
I do True Aim on Tuesday nights. I used to do Wednesday, but work had to switch it to Tuesday. So got a decent group out there.
Damn those adult things that get in the way, right?
I know.
But.
Pays for the hobby.
I know. And Bret, what about you, my friend?
Oh, not much. Just waiting to start the season, really. Started at Dick's Sporting Goods up here in St. Joe, so if anybody has any golf-related issues or anything, come on up to St. Joe, and I'll hook you up as good as I can. So
when you say golf-related issues, are you talking like, do you guys sell talent? Because I'm in need of that.
Yeah, I got a special rate for that.
I need a new swing, so.
You need a new swing.
Well, the friend price is double, so.
Yeah, right. I can't find that coupon online for the friends and family discount, but it's probably an upcharge at this point. But I know in our group chat, you guys went out and played Warrensburg on Sunday, was it?
Yep.
Tell me about Warrensburg.
It started off bad.
It was a little sloppy. Well, you just hit the ball to the right all the time.
No, the whole day started bad. I left my shoes at home.
That was great.
Oh,
did you have to buy new golf shoes?
I did. I had to buy new golf shoes.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. That golf course is kind of cursed for that. We played it. The first time we played it, my buddy Brandon, he's halfway to Warrensburg, and he lives in like North Independence, and he texts us saying, I'm pretty sure I don't have my clubs. and he's got like
I remember
So
that.
he ended up just sharing clubs with one of us, and I'm like, you idiot! That's
I
like
was
the
lucky
first
enough.
thing you check.
I was lucky enough. The guy that was running the pro shop, I told him, "Hey, I forgot my shoes. Do you have any that are discounted or somebody left or something, just so I can find some cheap shoes?" And he said, "I can get you the member discount," and took like 15% off the shoes. So
I had some tennis shoes you could borrow.
15% member discount.
yeah, but I don't.
Okay,
I'm
well
not
then,
Bigfoot.
with that being the case, do you think golf courses should just start being like bowling alleys where they have rental shoes?
I mean, I wouldn't be
What
opposed
do you
to it.
mean no?
I
They
don't-
spray them with that stuff.
I
I mean,
don't think so. No, not for golf.
why? Why?
It depends on
Because
the.
if you're a real,
I think if it's like summertime, that's probably fine. But like fall, winter, like into spring when it's like all sloppy and there's just muddy everywhere and it's cart path only all the time, I feel like they probably shouldn't.
I mean, you can't even get them to clean their range balls that good. You think they're going to clean shoes?
Fair point.
It's a valid point. Yeah, that's a valid point.
I just wanted some to just. I mean, I couldn't play in Hey Dudes, so
That was a Stan move. He did that at Mazinga 2 years ago. He showed up from Topeka and realized he forgot his shoes, and he had to buy whatever they had in the clubhouse. I'm pretty sure they weren't even his size. Pretty sure he had to buy like one size too big, which is even better. But
I did that a couple of years ago, and turned out to like those are my favorite golf shoes of all time now. Like those are the only ones I wear.
what's that? Which one did you get?
Like I don't know, some FootJoy contours or something like that.
I tell you what, I actually ran into a coworker at the golf shop the other day, and he had a pair of FootJoys in his hands. He's like, "Dude, I've been wearing the same FootJoys for like 10 years," and you know, I don't know. I think those like old FootJoy DNAs, I think they were like.
Yeah.
I've still got a pair. Still
I
got a
know
pair.
they're still good. They're still good golf shoes. I mean,
Shout out FootJoy if you hear us. Shout out.
yeah.
I need some new golf shoes, FootJoy.
If you're listening closely,
I don't need any more shoes of any kind.
you don't need anything. You don't need anything. I've seen your collection. I mean, you showed up to that scramble with so many drivers. I was afraid my friend who ran the tournament was going to be like, "Dude, how many does he need?" But I mean, what can I say? When you're doing long drive, you need every club you can get, right?
I got one for every kind of situation. But
What,
like par
a
threes,
elevated tee box and unelevated tee
one
box.
for par threes, one for par fours, one for par
What
fives.
driver are you using? Let's talk about that. What driver are you using on a par three, and what par three requires you to use a driver?
Hey, just get
I
a
use
12
it-
degree
I use
and
a driver.
regular flex shaft. You spin that puppy at 12,000. Stick it on the green.
But what par three
I'm
yardage?
kidding.
I mean,
Okay. There is that par three
Come
on top
on.
of that mountain. That's pretty cool. It's like a 400-yard par three. You know what I'm talking about?
that's in like Africa, and it's only 400
I'm pretty sure we
yards.
saw.
It's
I'm pretty
downhill.
sure we've seen Andrew hit a driver on a par three.
Yeah, I did this
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
at
I
Mules
watched him
Farm.
do that at Mules.
Yeah, it was 230 to the pin.
Yeah, that
Which one?
It was on the
Which
front
one did you
nine.
that was on the front.
The front
on the
nine.
front
This is one of the longer par threes. This is the one that's like slightly uphill,
Which one?
Yeah,
slightly uphill bunker front right.
Trying to think which one that is. Oh, is that the one? Kind of along the tree?
Yeah.
line?
You're not smoking.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I know which one you're talking about. Well, I mean, if you're playing the tips, yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah. I put
Course,
the tips.
course was in great
Oh,
shape
you
for a time of year. So
they do.
And it was only like-
really good job at Mules
like-
National. Like do a really
me
good job. At
and
Mules.
me and Brandon walked, and it was like walking plus range balls was only like $32. So I was like,
Seriously?
yeah, and for how good a
Yeah.
shape that course is, like that was a deal this time of year.
They last year.
That sounds
last-
horrible. Walking. No,
Walking?
I didn't do
I
it.
don't know. I
took
don't
the
know.
car.
I'm buying a push.
you
cart
gotta have
this
two
year
good
and a
knees to
carry
walk.
bag.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I'm buying a push cart and a carry bag this year because I plan on walking at least one or two courses a month.
Mm.
So
I'm buying.
I've been hitting.
I'm
I've
buying
been
a carry
hitting some
bag.
balls. I've been hitting some balls in the simulator at Dick's with no knee brace on. So
Ooh, dangerous.
I'm gonna need a shoulder
very,
brace here.
very
soon.
dangerous.
All I'm envisioning is you at Dick's Sporting Goods in the simulator, just hitting away while there's like a line of people at the front desk, like looking around, like, is there somebody here?
We got closest to the pin going on.
Brett to the golf department. I'm here, I'm just demoing stuff.
Yeah.
Trying it out so that others don't have to. But no, Mules National, like when we went, it was only like $35 when we went. And
Yeah.
that was 18 in a cart.
And it's so,
But-
and they have such a great practice facility. Like,
Oh yeah.
I love their range. Like their little short game areas. It's not like Stone or Creekmore, but like it's still pretty nice.
No, and like the school bought that course because it used to be Pirtle Springs.
Yeah, there's still a sign for it.
And then the Walton family donated a ton of money to it, and that's when they built the new clubhouse. And that new clubhouse is amazing, and the hot dogs there are really, really good too.
So are the pork tenderloin sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The Mules National. I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, I know it's a drive for you, but definitely come out. We should definitely go out and play it. It is an amazing course, especially for like what it is and the price. It's an amazing course.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've been wanting to get out there.
I mean, they got the GPS golf carts going. That 18th hole is like it's awesome. I
rattled Brandon on 18. That was the highlight of the day.
I saw that video. That was hilarious.
Because
he was lined up, like he would have hit that dead center of the hole, but when he relined back up, he was aimed more left.
You did. You got him to do the back off. Like he stood up going, really? Like always, like here's the deal is it took me a minute to like figure out what was going on because
you just gotta look at the shadow.
Like, I turned the volume all the way up. I was messing with the volume. And then finally, like I'm paying attention and I see this like shadow come across the green and like put his hand on the ball. Like it looked like something out of the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, where it's like that ghost is getting ready to consume somebody and it just comes up to the golf.
Shadow. You could see the shadow
doing. He backed off. Yeah, yeah. That was like, oh my god. Okay, there it is. I found it.
What'd you guys shoot?
I think I shot an 84. I think Brandon shot an 89.
I shot too many. It was bad.
The conditions were super tough.
Were they?
It was
like 20, 30 mile an hour winds.
That's
the
right.
wind is really we're into the wind all day. Like those 200-yard par threes were like playing like 230.
Mm-hmm.
I hit 4-iron into a 180-yard par three.
I mean that's the only thing you can do. Just hit it low and hope. I mean, I don't know what else you can do. I mean, we got lucky on Saturday. We went and played Stone Canyon, and we had an 11-something tee time, and there was no wind. I mean, it rained a little bit in the beginning, but then all the clouds cleared out. It was bright and shiny and sunny and blue skies, but little to no wind, and it was just a like soaking mess out there.
I got a little sunburn yesterday.
Well, like there was in my opinion, the hardest 2-hole stretch in Kansas City. I mean, this is just my opinion. The hardest 2-hole stretch in Kansas City is the 15 and 16 at Stone Canyon. The one where you have to hit over the creek, over the cart path, over the creek, on to the green. And then
15,
you have like a 200.
15's that par 5.
200.
Right?
Yeah, it's the one with the creek in between where you have to hit across. And if you do too far left, you're into the creek. If you go too far right, you're up on the side of a hill into a bunch of crap. And then right after that is like a 215-yard par 4 where you have little room on the left-hand side, or par 3, little room on the left-hand side and nothing basically on the right. So you either short it or you hit the green. Like those are your only two options.
Yeah.
And on that par 5, I hit a drive right in the middle of the fairway, pulled out the 3-wood to go to cross, and as soon as I went in my backswing, it was so wet on that one hole, like my feet just sank. And you know how Stone Canyon is. It's already like feeling like you're playing on like padded carpet, like an overly padded carpet. And once I went back in the backswing, the weight shifted and then like you sank and you just it dropped you a solid inch. And long story short, I topped the shit out of it. And the second shot I walked to, and then I hit it into the crap again because my feet kept sinking. So long story short, that was the first golf ball I lost of the day, which for me was actually pretty good. Ended up with an 86, so can't complain at Stone Canyon. Soaking mess with an 86.
I mean, I can't complain. I didn't lose any golf balls at Mules. I just couldn't hit the damn ball.
Well, for 30 plus mile an hour winds, that's not bad. I mean, Brett's over here probably rolling his eyes like amateurs. You know, he went up and shot what, 70?
Yeah.
Went up and shot a 70. So, I mean, he's got us all beat. You know,
Did you guys have any first of the year?
What do you mean?
In your first rounds? Like first birdies, first anything?
Well, I've been playing since
first eagle.
me and Andrew
I had
have been
my
playing
first-
since January. So
Okay. So here's the story. So my cousin comes in town from Cincinnati, and Mike's not a good golfer, but he loves playing golf. And so me and him, my uncle, and then his uncle, like his mom's brother, they invited me out. So I go out with them, and we're at Shamrock on number 10, that par 5, that really long par 5. And I put one out there to the right side of the fairway, and then with a 4-iron at about 205, I put it probably 10 feet from the hole. And that was my first eagle attempt of the year, and I was like stoked, especially because I hit a 4-iron in between two bunkers on an elevated green. I was happy with myself.
beautiful.
And his uncle, who's riding with me, does exactly what you shouldn't do in that situation. And the entire way to the green, he's like, "Oh, you got an eagle attempt, man. You're going to make an eagle. You better make this putt." It's like the first rule of eagle is we don't talk about eagle. Like, don't say the words. Just don't say it. But he's like saying it. And then not only that, but he gets on the green before me and he starts clearing a path. And he like marks everybody's balls and takes everybody's balls. He's like, "All right, go ahead." I'm like, why am I hitting first? Why am I the one that has to hit first? It's like, I'm the closest one, but I'm the one. It's like, you're really trying to jinx me on this one. I mean, I ended up with,
didn't you?
what? No, I missed it by like a foot, but I still got birdie out of it. And I'm like, you asshole. I mean, we don't talk about it. You just don't talk about it. Like, hey, it's, you know, I got an attempt for eagle. Cool. And then leave it.
It's like Bruno. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. We don't talk about that. But no, that was my first of the year. I was actually pretty excited, even though it was at Shamrock, which is not my favorite course, but you know, still good to get out and, you know, knock the dust off a little bit.
It's nice just to hit on grass.
Not at Shamrock. There's no grass. It's either mud or acorns mainly. So
When I played in New Orleans, it was a mud fest. Like,
did you play when you were down there for Marty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Played one round.
Me and Brandon were watching the
play?
Grint when we were playing somewhere, and it was a little rough.
Yeah. And every step you took, you're sinking into the mud and all that stuff, and just.
Well, that's Louisiana in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know,
Andrew, we're gonna have to work on that swing this year, buddy.
I'm ready.
We're
my-
hopefully going to hit the range
I
on
had my-
Thursday if it's not too rainy.
this Thursday.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be cold and rainy.
I don't
Your
think it's gonna
definition
be-
of
I don't-
cold is different than
Actually,
ours.
it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain all week.
The grind don't stop, Brett.
It does. It does stop.
It doesn't.
I have standards. I'm going to be 37 in a week and a half, and I have standards now.
You're a Mizzou fan. Those standards are pretty low, though.
By the way, who's number 4 in the tournament, the SEC tournament? Right now?
That doesn't matter.
I can't believe you're 10 years
who
older
has,
than
who
I am.
has a 2-round bye already?
Doesn't matter.
Who's Arkansas playing? Who's number 10
Auburn.
Arkansas playing in that one?
We've got Auburn.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, well.
I had my first broken shaft of the year.
When you're Woo Pig Suey all the way home.
Those are rookie numbers, Brett.
It's going to be 80% rain on Thursday.
Cool. I'll
47
just talk to myself.
He said he broke his first shaft of the year.
Yeah.
I have a soundboard. You broke your first shaft of the year?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
How did you do that?
It was one of the prototypes I've been working on, and I hit a really great drive, and then I bent down to pick up my tee, and I heard. I was like,
Your first initial reaction is holding your back, like hoping your back.
So I picked it up and just
Knees are okay.
bent it just a little bit, and it snapped in 2 different places.
And this is a driver shaft, right?
You're right.
Nice. That's a great way to start the season, isn't it?
If it makes it feel any better, I think I put 4 down so far this year.
It didn't cost me nothing, so
That's good. Yeah, I went
Can't
out
say I've ever broken one.
Neither have I.
Maybe you should try it, Andrew.
You should swing harder.
Relieve some of that frustration and just snap one.
You replacing it?
I will fix it. You buy the
There you
shaft,
go.
I'll fix it.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
say buy it.
We
You
have
just
it. We're going to
replace it.
video that. That's going
I'll
to be.
fix
We're going to
it.
video it. Everybody can find that at Saving Par Show on all major
TikTok.
social media platforms. TikTok coming soon.
I got everything right here behind me.
I would love to see that. I think Andrew should. But Matt, what about you? What's your first for the first year?
He had
I
his
don't
first
even
round in
remember.
March.
Yes, first.
He
First
hit
round of
142 in
March.
speed session.
Yeah, I did hit 142 club speed earlier in January, I think it was. That was really exciting. But
What about your first? I mean, what about your first sponsorship?
so it's not a sponsor yet, but we're working there.
Okay.
It's
Well-
with a product it's like a swing / speed trainer. It's
nice.
called Perfect Hands Golf. They're
Shout out
Not a
Perfect
sponsor.
Hands Golf.
Not a sponsor.
yeah.
Could
They're not a sponsor. But no, I talked to
Not a
him.
sponsor.
Actually, Luke introduced me to him. He was but so I met with them. They let me demo it, and I was like, "This is out of everything I've tried." And I was like, "I've tried every swing / speed trainer thing that's out there, and it's the
Mhm.
best one that I've
And
tried."
you went and talked to them at the golf show, right?
Yep, I went and hung out with them at the golf show for a little bit. They're also right across
Which none of us attended, by the way.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
Nope.
you're the only
They were
one.
right
Not a
across they were across the row from Jake, so they were right next to Jake's booth. So I cheated a little bit and used their. They let me demo it in their booth, and then I went over and did the long drive at Jake's thing and the closest to the
Oh,
pin.
nice.
Stuck it to 3 feet. So
Oh, did he have that set up on his simulator?
yep.
Did he have the APT and his simulator thing in the same booth?
Yep.
That's a great way
Yep.
to save
But
money.
yeah, that
Yeah, I don't go to the golf show. I don't like the golf show. I've never liked the golf show. I went twice. I worked it once because I was volunteering with the Corn Ferry, and then I went that next year. It was like $25 to get in, and I walked around and was like, I'm not left-handed and I don't wear XXL stuff, so I can't like buy anything here. And it was like close out.
Was that a shot?
No, it wasn't a shot. It was just a vague description of what I saw. My buddy was there to buy every year he'll buy he goes specifically to go to Golf Ball Paul's, and he buys the recycled Pro V1s, and he'll buy like a gigantic bag of them because he runs out like the same bag every year. Yeah, Jason, if you're listening, no, I'm just making fun of you. So
I think the last time I went to the PGA show, Matt and I just walked right in. I don't think they asked for tickets or nothing because I didn't have a ticket.
We went on a
Yeah,
Saturday.
I had,
It was actually snowing, and we had to pay.
I'd bought two
$25.
tickets, one for me, one for my dad. Andrew just walked in right behind us. They didn't even check.
I don't know if that's because you I don't know if that's because they needed the attendance up or just Andrew's just not a noticeable guy.
I'm not. I'm really not.
He just blends into the background.
I just wear a hat that says pigs. I mean,
Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, that's good. The golf show was what? Like, was it last weekend or was it like 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Was it 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago? Yeah. See, that's how much I cared. I didn't go.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I don't like the golf show. I've been before. Once you've been there, it's like basically all the golf shops having all their closeout stuff or their used equipment. Like here, there's so much used equipment. But it's
Overpriced
it's not
used
something-
equipment.
Or do you want a trip to North Dakota to play golf? Sign up here so we can spam you with bed
Right.
and breakfast and
Hey,
timeshare opportunities.
If you need some new gutters or like gutter shields or like some siding, you can get that there too.
Yeah, we know a guy who does gutters. So, but yeah, so that's that ran a little bit long, but that's the start of the show. But we're going to segue here into our next segment, and if for those of you that aren't aware, if you're in the golf community, I'm pretty sure you're aware, they had a docuseries come out on Netflix called Full Swing, which I binge watched, I think, in 2 days.
Yep.
Mainly because I have nothing else to watch. It was in a lull between The Last of Us and The Mandalorian release.
I Netflix
So I had
and
time.
Drive, so
Yeah. Netflix and Drive.
yep.
Well, if KDOT's listening, he works for ServPro. See the,
They have tinted windows; they can't see it.
but
Pretty sure
But,
that's
you know-
probably illegal too.
Only
it's
in some
it
states.
is, but you see so many people doing it though. You know, it's ridiculous how many people I see with their phones on their dashboards. But you guys all see this finish the show?
Oh yeah, I watched it within the first 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days, like I did. I watched part of it on the elliptical. I think I watched the Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth first episode on the elliptical, and then the rest of them I watched it like just on my couch. It was delightful. But like, what are your initial thoughts on it, like on the series? Because there's so much stuff that they go over on
I
that.
thought it was actually. I know because Rick Shields did a thing in one of his podcasts. He was like, because he had his wife who's like has no relation to golf whatsoever watch it, and she was like, he was like, more than anything, it didn't like make her like golf or like make her want to go play golf, but it was like, I kind of felt the same way. It's like it made you like connect with certain players,
Absolutely,
like Tony Finau, like
dude.
ultimate human being. Like
The Tony Finau story is probably one of the best ones. I thought it was one of the best ones there.
Yeah.
That guy is legitimately playing for family, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like
I liked Matt Fitzpatrick.
Super awesome.
His little
That was a good one.
go around that he had.
Matt
I mean,
Fitzpatrick. Oh yeah, could you believe that guy, when he went to his childhood home, he pulls out that Tupperware container and it's full of yardage books that he's literally. I think it was Ian Poulter that was saying,
yeah,
he has literally dictated every single shot he's taken
Yeah.
Since he's
since
15.
he was like 15 years old. That's ridiculous.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, if anybody's going to be on tour, it's going to be that guy. I mean, and he
But
went
it-
back, like, he takes that Tupperware out, and it's just, like, filled with those yardage books.
And he was so personal too. Like he didn't make you hate him. Like you were rooting for him when they were showing that episode.
Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of hating
Absolutely.
people, Brooks Koepka. Like I didn't hate him enough already. I just hate him even more now.
He's at Patrick Reed level to me, like,
Dude, he is
maybe even
it is
worse. But,
so
okay,
bad.
so
With that haircut, it's
was.
worse.
It was. I mean, I don't know if I can knock the guy for it, but, like, his wife was the worst. Like, you could tell she was, like,
oh yeah.
wanting the stardom. Like,
It was like
I slid into
Ricky
his
Bobby
DMs.
levels right there.
I slid into his DMs and then we got married and now I do nothing. You know, that's, I mean, good for him, good for her. But, you know, to me, it was like, when I saw that part of the episode, I was like, did that really need to be said? Like,
He's
telling everybody that you basically just like wifed him up through his DMs.
yeah. My whole opinion on Brooks is he's just such a weak-minded little bee.
Well, yes,
Like
but
a
you have to
bumblebee?
like, so
Yep.
what's that, Brett?
Like a bumblebee?
Yep.
Yeah. But you have to look at it. You have to look at it like this.
Buzzing around
Okay,
the
so
bottom
take-
of the leaderboard.
But okay. Take that whole thing out of it, and you know, because him and Poulter both left for LIV for Live Golf, right? And this whole thing came out before they made their decisions and made their moves. It like this came out after they made the moves, but during this filming, they hadn't made their decisions yet. I'm pretty sure everybody knew what they were doing, but they hadn't came out and said it yet. But you watch the Ian Poulter episode, and then you watch the Brooks Koepka episode, and to me, I got a whole different perspective on why each one of them made their decisions. Ian Poulter did it because he goes, I'm 45 years old. The field is getting younger. I'm getting older, and I'm not competing as much as I used
He's
to.
not making cuts. I mean,
Yes, which it sucks, but at the same time, he made a decision what was best for him and his family. You can't
Right.
fault the guy for that. He knows that he's going to be on Champions Tour if he sticks to where he's at. He's going to have to play in front of like 15 people after, you know, when he gets on the Champions Tour. But then you got Brooks Koepka on the other hand, who he could have had a long career on the PGA Tour if he would have just worked and grinded it out. But he couldn't get out of his own head. He was thinking like 4 steps ahead and basically didn't have any confidence in himself whatsoever. Like he thought, I'm stuck, I'm done, I'm not going to compete anymore.
Yep.
But you know, at the same time, he was the one that came out and said, I'm not playing these little rinky-dink events, I'm only showing up for majors. So he kind of put himself in that boat, but he's now regretting it. Like even I think it was like maybe a month ago that he came out and said that he's regretting making that move to Live Golf. But
Yeah.
like I said, watching the two on camera, you get a different perspective on why guys did what they did.
There's a thing about is the PGA Tour going to take back the live players when Brooks was like, yeah, I'm regretting it, blah blah blah. They're like, is the PGA going to take any live guys back? And then I was
No.
like, I think they're going
I
to
don't
take
think
back.
so.
They're going to take back the very first person as a PR stunt, and then everyone else isn't coming back.
They ain't coming back.
Nope, they are not going to take him back. Guarantee it. They're going to take him back on one condition: pay back every cent you took. That's why. Yes, they will. That's because that's all it was about. That's all it was about. They made it all about money. They said, you guys just took money from the Saudis to go play in this league. They paid up front, and the PGA was mad about it because the PGA is a non-profit. And
But they get
don't
money
like
from the Saudis too, though.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the DP Tour is out of Dubai. I mean, where do you think a lot of that money comes from?
So, I mean,
Of course.
Well,
But
the
they're just mad that
LPGA
they
is a
got all the
Ramsco.
profits.
It's just
Yeah.
straight Saudi money.
But I guarantee you that if they came back, if Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka came out tomorrow and said, we want to come back on the PGA Tour, the PGA Tour would laugh and say, no, ha, 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 and then go about their merry way.
well, Dustin Johnson don't need to come back. He's made more money on live than he has.
Yeah, no shit. He's playing the house over there.
Technically, no, because and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you look at the live contracts that they signed, he signed for what, 100 million? Something
Right,
like
but
that.
then whatever
He
you
signed for like
win
$100
just
million.
gets.
When he wins, it just gets deducted from the 100 million they gave him up front. So he's not actually winning money. He's already gotten the money. He's just, won. So it's like, oh yeah, you win this
Yeah,
purse, but we already paid you, so you don't get that.
Basically just get a trophy.
But he in the show, he put that the best. He was basically like, so you're telling me if somebody came up to you and said, how would you like to work less doing the exact same thing you're doing, and we're going to pay you double? Well, and you're going to say no? He goes,
Right.
I'll be there.
It,
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the guys were just tired of how the PGA's had a stranglehold on everything. Now they can wear shorts.
I really like. That's what I also really like the Rory episode because I've always been a huge Rory McIlroy fan.
Oh, that was my favorite.
And he was
Really?
like
The Rory
at the end
episode
of the.
was?
It wasn't my favorite, but I just like watching
best
the
quote.
Rory episode was just good.
Well,
It was like
really
when
just said it was your favorite.
Who, me?
No, Matt.
I said I really liked it.
You said it was your favorite, and then you said
No,
it
that was
my
Andrew.
favorite.
It was my
It
favorite.
was his favorite.
Oh.
But I thought it was cool that he's literally sitting in the locker room and the first text he looks at his phone is Tiger and he's always the first one. And he's like,
Who?
or Rory, he's like, Tiger's always the first one to text him before the last putt drops. Congratulations.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I didn't see that. I guess I didn't catch that part.
That was
Yeah.
the very, very last scene of the last episode.
I'm guessing it got overshadowed by him saying, fuck you, Phil Mickelson.
That was great.
Probably.
That was
And I quote.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think it was Rory said a couple weeks ago or a week ago. It all blends together. But it was like, golly, what was it? It was the PGA Tour members are the only professional athletes who get to choose when and where they play. And he's like, I think we've all just gotten a little soft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you mean by? I mean, what's he mean by pick when and where they play?
Because they basically get to pick what they want to play in.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't get paid unless they play.
Well, yeah, but when you're making that much money, you don't have to play every week.
Some of them do. I mean, you look at the.
Well, yeah,
episode
some
with
guys
the
play every
Chilean-
week,
look at
but
the
he's
episode with the
talking like
Chileans. Like not Joaquin Neiman, but the other two guys.
Joel
they were
Damon.
basically like
Yeah,
they
gotta
were
play every
comparing
week.
it. They were comparing it to when NBA guys sit out,
Oh yeah.
that
Well,
fans
let's
come
not
to
even
that
talk
game
about
to see
NBA.
that
The
one
NBA is
person.
soft. The NBA
But,
is soft. It's
But he was like, Rory basically said we're the only professional athletes that get to choose when and where we play. So he's like, there's not really a problem with that changing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get it. He can pick and choose, but some guys don't have that choice. Some guys have to because that's their livelihood. Like they don't get, the sponsorships. They don't get. I mean, you saw in the first episode, if you don't make cuts, you do not win money. You don't get money.
Well, yeah, but
You heard that
if
on
you're
all the episodes.
Yeah, but that's the
yeah,
truth.
like if
And
you're
Ian Poulter's
a
the same
top
thing.
if you're a top 50 guy, you don't have to play every week. Was his point? I felt like.
Well, I mean, who was the latest one to jump ship to LIV? He was number
Can you stop
34 in
calling
the
it
world.
LIV and just call it Live?
Live. I don't care. You
Good
understand
Lord.
how much I care about it. Live golf. Okay, live golf. Who is
Thank you.
the recent one to go to live? Pieters? Was it
That Tommy something or other.
Thomas Pieters?
Yeah.
He was the German. He's the German golfer. He left, and the tweet that he put out before he left was, "It's it was like around the Genesis Open's my favorite tournament of the year, and being number 34 in the world, I couldn't get in." And that to me was like a shot at the PGA saying, I'm number 34 in the world and I can't even get into this tournament, really, which makes sense.
It's an invitational.
It is, but it's still, I mean, top 50 in the world should at least be there.
Tiger didn't want him there.
Well,
When Tiger
don't have to
says,
worry about
Tiger
him being there.
goes.
What's that?
Whatever Tiger says goes.
Yeah, unless he hands you a tampon on the golf course, then you have to issue an apology for it, which was just the most painful thing to watch.
It was hilarious.
That's what the JT episode. Speaking of the tampon thing, but it was like when they're playing, him and Spieth are playing that round. And he's like, "That hammer, what? Like $200 a hole, like birdie's double." And I was like,
$200 a hole. It was like $1,000 a hole.
Well, no, it was when they were playing the card game. He goes, "Hey JT, you want to pick a card for $1,000?" When they're sitting in the private jet. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, "Hey Andrew, you want to pick a card for $1?"
No, I don't. I can't afford it right now. I had to buy new golf shoes.
But you got a 15% discount. You got the members discount.
Yeah. Should have just walked out with them.
Yeah. But no, I thought the series was good. I thought my favorite episode was Tony Finau. I thought Tony Finau was a great story.
I thought it was very eye-opening into the world of like what it's like to be a professional golfer.
Just everyday lives of it.
Mm-hmm.
Joel, I will say the Joel Damon episode is a close second. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that was a good episode.
That was probably my favorite.
He'd just be one of us. Shit, he knows he's not the top, but he could be.
Well, I don't know. I like the Tony Finau one, and then the Thigali. That was a good one too. That was funny because they show him doing his laundry. He's like, "This is the first time I've moved out of my parents' house."
I remember that.
Yeah, because he was actually like when they were filming that, he was like top 5 at the Waste Management, or he was like number 2 until he had that.
He finished like tied for 3rd because he hit it in the water.
Yeah,
on 18.
It was on 18. Yeah,
They're coming out. They're going to come out with another
17.
one.
Wait,
17. He tried to drive the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Had they said who's going to be on it?
No, it just came out and said that there's going to be a second one, but they don't know. Or I haven't seen anything about like who's going to be on it. I did see that they were wanting Charlie Woods on it.
Why? He's not even.
He's like not even relevant.
I don't think Tiger will let that happen.
He's not that.
No.
He's. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think Tiger keeps that pretty close to the cuff. Like I think that's really the only event that really gets publicized is when they play the American Century, or not the American Century, the
PNC.
PNC. There you go.
It'd be cool to see Tiger on there.
I don't think you're going to get that. I mean, I think you may get like a couple shots, but I don't think you're going to get Tiger. If anything, they'll do an episode or they'll do a whole docuseries just on Tiger, like they did with Jordan. Yeah. I bet that's going to be what's coming up next. I guarantee it.
And I would watch it every minute of it.
Oh, absolutely. I thought didn't HBO do one though?
They did, but it was not. He did not approve it.
It was a hit piece, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it was. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't even watch that one. Like I saw the reviews and I'm like, no, I'm not watching that. But if Netflix did a docuseries on Tiger Woods, that would be pretty epic. I mean,
I think it'd stream better than the Last Dance with Michael Jordan.
I don't know. That Last Dance was pretty good.
Like, I feel like I know everything about Tiger Woods.
Oh, because you guys play on the weekends?
No, it's because I've read like every one of the books written about him.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My only recollections of Tiger Woods were, I didn't get like serious about golf until like 5 years ago. And like my recollection of that was like when he was playing hard against Phil Mickelson a lot. And, it was that, it was like in the 2000s, like early 2000s, because we'd go over to my grandparents' house or we'd go over for like family get-togethers and they would always have a golf tournament on. Like especially Masters. Like we'd always go in. I think it was around Easter. They'd have the Masters on, or something along those lines. And it was just growing up watching it. It's like not being serious into golf, but seeing Tiger Woods like hanging out like number 9, number 10 on the leaderboard on Saturday, and then on Sunday just smelling blood in the water and a pouncing was just epic to watch growing up.
I want to see a full episode on Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler was exactly like I was thinking about that today. Ricky Fowler was exactly as Ricky Fowler should be.
Yep.
He's in that first episode. It's like, here's Jordan and Justin, and then they get one of these. Here and Ricky, and then he goes back out again. Like he shows up, and just like in the PGA Tour, like you look on like Saturday and be like, wow, or Friday, and you see like, oh wow, Ricky Fowler's in like 10th place, and then on Saturday you look at the leaderboard and he's in like 55th. Like Ricky has his appearance and then he just drops. Like he has not been relevant for a while.
He has like almost 80 top 10s. Like
yeah,
that's still pretty good. But
but not recently.
He's just not winning tournaments.
No,
but
I think he changed his swing to that flat shit. And it's
he's really weren't him and Matt.
He made
a
swing change
coach or something like that.
I don't remember. Well, Ricky made a swing change this year, and he's been hitting the ball really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it? Wasn't the Genesis? Was it last week? Was it last week that he was having a really good round? Like he was.
I think it was the Waste Management.
Yeah,
he was top. He almost made top 5 at the Waste Management because he had a hole in one that week too.
Yeah, on number 7.
That's right. Yeah, I don't remember watching. I watched the Waste Management. I was watching it while I was working, so I was like in and out during that time. I missed that course. I loved that course. Scottsdale was awesome.
I'm ready to go back.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll be in Havasu on Friday.
What's that?
Playing golf in Arizona on Saturday.
Yeah, I should have muted you before you said that, so I didn't hear it. We're all going to be here when it's 40 degrees outside, so. But that's I don't know. Those were kind of the takeaways I got from the full swing. I thought it was great though. But if they're doing a second one, that's going to be awesome. They're probably already filming it. Like,
I'm sure they've been filming it nonstop. I thought one of the cool things was the access they had at Augusta.
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
Yeah.
Good point. That was
that was sweet.
That was pretty cool.
Well, you got to see some of the interior of Augusta, which the clubhouse has always been this thing
sacred place. Yeah.
And you saw a lot of it in the episode with Finau, because
you see some in
it was because it was him and Tiger.
Yeah,
it was Finau and Tiger in the 19 Masters, I think it was.
Yeah,
was it? He's been in the 19 Masters. That's right, because so I think the best part about that was with Finau and his dad are walking through the parking lot, and Tony Finau is explaining to him how you get your caddy number. It's by order of when you registered.
Yeah.
Well, he's telling him the story of how guys are superstitious and will go and wait it out to get the number that they placed the year prior. Like Tony Finau just doesn't care. He's like, "Oh, look, number 77. That's a good one," and he just walks away. But other guys will be like, "What number are you on? 15. All right, well, I'll be back in like an hour when you get to 24," and they'll go back in just to get that number, which pretty cool. I mean,
yeah.
I was laughing when he said he was driving through the park lot and decided to park. He said, nobody's around. Where's everybody?
I remember that.
The guy's like, that's champions parking. So you're over there.
And his response was the best. He goes, "All right, well, I'll see you next year then." And they both laughed. And he just drove off. I was like, "That's good." I forgot about that part. That was really, really good. Or the part in the Finau one where he goes back to his childhood home and the garage door is still dinged up with a bunch of golf balls.
Yeah.
I was like, after all this time, you still couldn't replace the garage door there.
Sentimental value.
I know, right? Well, but here's the thing: is like his family's not living there anymore. So you'd think the landlord
they don't.
Be like,
Let's say they don't.
Yeah, but the landlord could say, "Hey, this is Tony Finau's garage."
He probably signed it
where he learned how to play golf.
Yeah. Well, they were hitting. His dad set it up to where they were hitting golf balls into a mattress with like a carpet draped over it into the garage, and because they weren't a very well off family. He had 7 brothers and sisters, something like that. So when
Something.
he and his brother decided to play golf, he took them to golf courses to chip and putt because it was free.
Free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they spent their time, which, I mean, paid off for him. I mean, dude's, one of the top money earners. He was one of the top money earners last year. He went back to back at the 3M. He won the 3M and then won one right after that. So, can't fault the guy too much. That was, like I said, that was one of my favorite episodes just because it's like a feel good story, especially when you're taking your entire family of 7 people to every event that year. Like he flew them all to every event he played in.
And he's definitely on the right trajectory. He's going to win something.
That's got to be the most nerve-wracking thing to have your wife and all of your children and your father-in-law, or was it his father-in-law? No, it was his father, like standing there watching you at every hole. But he's trying to and then the speculation was, is he ever going to win with his family sitting there? It's like,
well, and then the one tournament he went to without his family, he played like crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think that was when his kid was at Junior Worlds and he couldn't go.
That's right. Yeah. Well, no, that was when he was playing the Open. He was over in
St. Andrews.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Because I don't think he made the cut, did he? He didn't make the cut at the Open when Tiger played St. Andrews the last time.
I don't think so.
So, which I heard they're actually taking that bridge out, or they're replacing that bridge.
No, they're taking out. They took out the thing that's like right in front of it.
Yeah.
They put footstones in there and then they took it out because of all the other.
Nice.
It wasn't there by like a week.
Well, that was, like I said, I don't know. If they're doing another one, like a number 2, that'd be awesome. I thought it was great. I think there's so many storylines that they could do. I really wish they would do like a history of golf kind of thing. Like a docuseries on the history of golf and like do Augusta National where you got a bigger insight into Augusta because, you can only really read about it and read about the history of Augusta. But at the same time, I don't think you really want to know the history of Augusta because there's some...
I'm sure.
It goes unsaid. Like you got to look it up.
Yeah, I don't want to know that probably.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, actually, there's
a lot of good history behind it, though.
It was a horse farm way back in the day, like in the war. It was like a horse farm.
Yep. And then when I think his name's like Clifford something, they bought it and turned it into Augusta, and they kept all the the plants when it was a nursery. They kept all the plants at every hole.
Yeah.
And that guy was a piece of work. Like I was reading about him, and it's just ridiculous the things that guy said and did. But like the fact that they built an entire like house for Eisenhower to stay in when he was there. Like was just crazy. And the fact that if you look at it, like Augusta National owns like the majority of Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Like they bought so much property down there.
Augusta, Georgia, a town as itself is kind of a shithole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the closest you'll ever get as a public player to Augusta is the public golf course that backs up to one hole at Augusta National, and you can barely see.
I've been to Augusta.
Did you win tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Masters?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the closest you'll ever get to like play Augusta would be like if you accidentally hook your ball on that one hole into Augusta, and you're like,
I'm gonna go just climb my fence and grab my ball real quick.
Just hop the fence.
Yeah.
Or you're just yelling over at, Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, whoever's a member there. Hey, can you throw my ball back?
They won't let Bill Gates be a member there.
Really? Because he plays Slossengers?
I don't know. Just doesn't have enough money, I guess.
I thought he was a member. Him and Buffett are members there. Or he was at one point. I don't think he plays golf at all, but I thought he was a member there.
Why would you want to be a member at a golf club if you don't play golf?
Status.
Just to
say you can.
I mean,
say you're there.
The members of Augusta don't get to play it either, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and half the people that are members there don't even live near it, so they have to fly in every time they play it. It doesn't make any sense if you ask me. I think it's
they only get to play it. They only get to play it 3 months out of the year,
which is ridiculous.
Well, the membership's cheap there, anyways. Seriously. Well, I mean,
what do you mean?
Compared,
what do you think cheap?
Like,
what would you say cheap is?
Well, I don't know what the actual number is, but compared to like some other like prestigious golf courses, Augusta's like super cheap.
Well, I mean, are you talking like monthly dues? Or are you talking like initiation fees? Because initiation fees is different.
Initiation fees and monthly dues and everything. I highly doubt anybody's paying monthly there.
Well,
Chris, you gotta put it right there. Google it.
No, I'm not gonna Google it.
Yeah, but it's not like compared to like take Seminole down in Florida. Compared to Seminole, it's way cheaper.
You're probably right on that one because
I know I am.
the entry process to get into Augusta is so selective that
You have to know somebody.
you have to be very well connected. I mean, especially when you got people like Condoleezza Rice and Roger Goodell that are members. It's like, you got to know somebody who knows somebody. But, I mean, I don't know. I've seen some of the membership fees here in Kansas City's private courses, and it makes you gag about how expensive they are. They keep advertising them.
My brother used to play, or he plays amateur tournaments with a guy that's a member at Augusta.
Really?
You ever heard of the name Jeff Knox?
Is his parents on Fort Knox?
Yeah. So he was the guy that, like, if they had a nod number of competitors or like
he was the fill-in.
He's the fill-in.
Yeah.
He's that guy. Because there's that one guy every year that he's always in the first group out on Sunday because he's the odd number out.
Yeah,
but supposedly he's not doing it anymore.
No, they got some younger kid in there. I think they said he was like 20 something.
Yeah, because that guy did it like every single year. He would always be the second player on solos.
My brother's played multiple amateur tournaments with him.
Could you imagine?
He holds the course record at Augusta too.
Really?
Yeah. 64.
We'll have to ask. You have to find out from your brother how hard.
Didn't Rory tie that last year?
Like, part of me thinks Augusta may not even be that hard of a course.
Oh fuck!
So I feel
we can go find out.
Me, who honestly, at every golf course. So.
Shit.
Honestly, like how it looks like, the course is so pure that I feel like it's not that bad. But those greens are so like you have to know where to hit the ball in the green, or else you're screwed.
So what TV doesn't show you, what Augusta is the undulation of like the fairways and the greens.
Oh yeah, there's so much undulation in that whole course.
Number 10 is like just like straight downhill. Like, I mean, I remember getting to 10, I was like, "What the?" I said, "This don't look like it is on TV. It looks flat on, I mean, not flat, but I mean, it was literally, dude, like straight down a hill."
It's also hard to see that because don't they actually paint like the fairways and paint the greens?
No.
That's what I've read. I've read they actually they paint like specific spots so that it doesn't look bad.
I mean, last year it was brown.
No, they've had. I mean, the pine needles.
No,
I'll have to look it up because I remember specifically reading that they dye the water and they actually like.
Well, they dye the water, but they don't do. I'm pretty sure they don't do none of the greens or the grass.
I thought they painted them. They said that they would actually paint them.
Well, if that was the case, you'd see it on their like. The balls and the
clubs and everything.
Yeah, you see it on the shoes.
I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look it up and send it to you.
You're right about the ponds and the creeks. Yeah. They dye that.
I was actually surprised to see the food prices down there at Augusta are like really super cheap too.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome.
But they get you in the pro shop.
Oh, they'd hurt my wallet so bad. I would buy everything.
You'd be calling MasterCard. Hey, can I get an extension? Can I get an extension?
You'd probably be calling Chris.
Who, me? Yeah. Can I borrow
Chris, can I borrow $700?
No.
I just need to buy new golf shoes. I just need some.
You just need to remember your
Augusta golf shoes probably would be $700.
They're probably, dude, if they had some bright yellow and green golf shoes, I'd probably buy those suckers.
Probably more.
I would wear them. I would totally wear them.
That's where those grass golf shoes that Nike came out with a couple years ago.
Slips. Like the sliders?
Yeah, like look like turf.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear those at Augusta.
I don't think you're allowed to.
You're that guy that goes to a golf tournament with golf shoes, aren't you? Like you go to watch a golf tournament and you wear golf shoes. You're that guy.
Hey, you never know when you're gonna have to go.
Oh, stop it! Good.
When they're gonna be like, "Hey, is there anybody in the crowd that wants to play?"
Celebrity shot.
I'm out. Good God.
He also, just so you know, Brett, he also, when he goes to concerts, he wears the band shirt too when he goes.
Yeah, he probably keeps a glove in his back pocket too if he goes to watch a golf tournament. Just never know.
He's got his
on
the on-call list.
He's got his GPS his Garmin rangefinder. It's like, he's got 160 to the pin.
He's got his rangefinder on his hip, like clipped onto his belt loop, just walking around.
Jesus.
just hey Tiger, it's playing 20 yards down.
He's got like a retractable 9-iron in his pocket, and he pulls it out. I'm ready.
Like the fishing rod,
Yeah.
like the retractable fishing rod.
Yeah.
He just pops up out there like
All right, I'm ready.
it's one of those. It's one of those where you pop it out, and it's also got the adjustable it's like the adjustable iron where it'll
Yeah.
actually go like,
Oh.
oh yeah, I need a driving wedge. Let me put this on the
Good
2
God.
setting
Matt's that
in
guy.
case Augusta needs a third. Somebody sprains their ankle. Running
That's why Haley's marrying him right there.
Yeah,
So,
I'm pretty sure
in
it's that
case
surf
Tony
program.
dislocates his ankle in
Yeah.
the par 3 challenge.
Oh yeah, that's when Matt jumps in like, I got this. Don't worry, Tony.
Take my ankle.
All right. That's enough razzing on Matt for that one. So, but we're coming up on some time here. We got about 5 minutes left. So we want to get to the third and final segment here, and just talk about what's coming up. What's everybody got going on? What do you got, to talk about here in the recent month or the next couple weeks?
Work on my swing to get ready for the Falcon Lakes
We know
tournament.
what you're doing. We know what you're doing. Probably
Yeah, we're
watching
gonna try and
YouTube
get
videos too.
Yes.
We're going to try and get a. Hopefully, I'm going to see if that perfect hands thing will help Andrew a little bit.
It probably would. I mean,
I think
it can't make it
with
worse.
How it's,
Yeah, it can't hurt
with
him.
how it's with how it's designed, I think it's going to help. But that first long drive event in April,
where's that one at?
April or June, one of the two.
Where's that at?
So there's
Okay, wait, hold, stop. April or June. That's like a big gap there. I mean, I can
I
understand.
haven't decided which one.
May or
It's
June.
it's two separate ones.
Oh, okay. So you're not saying like it could be one, it could be the other.
Right,
You're
I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. Because
Gotcha.
they're one in the opener in Mesquite this weekend, this upcoming weekend, and then Hobie Sound is in April in Florida, and there's another one in Mesquite after that before the one in Denver. So I know I'm going to go to Denver, but I don't know if I'm going to do. I'm thinking about doing the second Mesquite one too.
I don't know about you guys, but all I heard was road trip.
I'm down. Go to Vegas.
I mean, I don't drive. I'll
You
fly,
can
but yeah,
Go to
We
Vegas.
can go play Wolf.
Vegas. Yeah,
We can go play Wolf Creek.
I'll have to check my calendar.
I have one of those on my phone.
Just tell Dick Sporting Goods you're going to do some product research.
Yeah, they'll let you do it.
Oh yeah,
They just
My
got to
big-
find you in the simulator and talk to
my-
you.
You're gonna go.
my big
You're gonna go
schedule.
research low lofted drivers.
Go-
My big 3 days a week at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Hey man, I'll be hitting you up. I went and hit those T9 what was it? T790s, the TaylorMades. And
P7.
P7.
yeah, the what?
P.
Yeah, that's what
P said
that's what
P.
that's what I said. I said P.
Oh, okay.
He said
P.
We heard
He said
P.
P, but with a T.
Nope. Said P.
Yeah,
Definitely said P.
he pronounced it with a T.
Yeah, it sounds similar. You guys just don't you just-
T-P.
Brett,
I
what
have
were
a very
those-
strong, thick
what-
accent, so you can't really tell when I say P and T. So,
What were those no ping irons that are nice this year?
I-525s.
And they got like
No, I don't think it's the
I don't care. I hit
525.
those
the
too. They were
325s, the I-325s, I think, or 225s, something like that.
Either way, I hit the
The like
I-525s.
the more player
Yeah,
player
they're
ones.
like 235s or 225s or something like that, or some bunch of 2s and 3s.
Yeah,
and 5s.
because there's at Edwin Watts. I was thinking about like looking at ping irons, but then like I went to Edwin one day and there's probably 8 boxes in the like trade-in section of I-525s, and I was like, "Yep, not getting those."
No,
Dude,
you
I
would
found so
you
many-
wouldn't want those.
I found so many P790s in the trade-in area, and I'm like, do I really want those? But then I was hitting them with the 105 shaft on there, the stiff 105, and
The same shafts I've got.
dude, I was
Well,
hitting
they need-
so well. Like it was so pure. It felt so solid. Like
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the 790s.
yeah, I mean, and then
Yeah, they're
picking up that like I have 120
they're
gram
nice.
shafts, and like it's like night and day. It's
Damn,
weird that
strong man.
me,
Yeah,
I'm built like a barrel. Like just
You're only 5 grams. You're only 5 grams behind me, Chris.
oh, I'm going
Mine
down
are
to 105
125s.
because I'm a.
Oh, you got 125s? Oh, it's just that's so cute.
What are you swinging?
Yeah,
I got 130.
Mine
Oh
are
wait,
the-
yours broke.
I got my iron shafts are 130s, bud.
What?
Yeah.
Mine are
Okay, so
my old.
at what
when
point
I
are
had
you going to
those
put the
X7s,
telephone
those
poles
are
down?
Oh.
Maybe go up to
Probably
145,
When I
150.
hit 40, maybe.
I'm thinking about just making a complete steel shaft.
Well, I hit
with a pipe.
because those X7s that I used to run are 135.
Actually, I was kind of waiting for Brett to go. I don't know what gram I'm using, and he pulls out his extendable golf club and flips it out and goes 135.
No, that was Matt. That had that.
Yeah, well, so
Well, because I went to all graphite shafts and everything.
all graphite. Dude, I can't do graphite.
Yeah.
It's too weird. Like it just feels weird.
Hey, can we get the little button?
Which one?
Jackass.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
You suck, you jackass.
That one. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Well, I mean, like I said, that's what I got going on. I think I'm going to end up with new irons by the end of the week. I went and hit another Titleist driver, but I think I'm just going to stick with what I got and just try to work with it. I mean, it's
You have the TSI 4.
TSI 4. It's not very forgiving, but
I
mean,
it's
when I hit
the hardest Titleist driver to hit.
when I hit it well, I hit it well, but when I don't, I don't. Like,
You want a forgiving driver, Chris?
Dude, the new Ping,
Yeah, the ping.
the new Ping driver would be perfect for you, Chris.
It's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try.
Or the Sim 2.
I will not do sim again. I honestly am to the point with Taylor.
Or not the Sim, the
stealth.
Stealth 2.
I tried the stealth at Dick's Sporting Goods in Overland Park over the weekend. I'm sorry.
Did you try the Stealth or Stealth 2?
Stealth. No, Stealth
Okay.
2. I started Stealth 2. Stealth
Was
2.
The Stealth 2.
Yeah.
The Stealths are both trash.
I mean, granted, he put a crap load of masking tape over it, so it didn't. It felt weird, but
Right.
I'm probably
The
gonna
Stealth 2 Plus isn't bad.
I'm probably gonna wear my knee brace to work tomorrow and hit the Stealth 2.
and ignore customers.
Yeah, I'm only there for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
What days are you out there?
Well, I tell you what, if you have some TaylorMades that come in with 105 grams shaft, you just let me know, and I'll drive on up and take them off your hands.
We have one set there. I don't know what shaft they have in them, but
You just let me know whenever you're there. You let me know.
all right.
But yeah, that's what I got going on. That's nothing fancy. We got no golf this weekend, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But we got
I
a
don't
pub
have-
crawl this weekend. So
Yeah, I don't have nothing golf related going on because it's.
I mean, here in
too
a couple
cold
weeks,
outside.
I did sign up for that APT in Kirksville and Columbia. So like I said earlier, we're going to be doing a live, not a live, but we're going to be doing an on location podcast. And this nice little roadcaster that I have actually has Bluetooth, so I could call one of you guys and bring you on as a guest. And Brett's waving.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What's
Oh,
that? Hold
God.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. So much I care if you thought of something. Go ahead.
Back to the beginning of the show.
Okay.
But the first for the year,
Mhm.
I played my first cold round of golf with blades. That was
Like ice
Painful.
skates?
like
Blades?
like
Oh,
blades, like
drive-
blade clubs.
irons?
Because I went to the P7MBs this year,
Oh, nice.
and
nice.
that when you don't hit those in the center, they hurt a little bit when it's cold outside.
I tried. What was it? I tried before we went to dinner. I went and tried the Titleist T200s and then the T100s,
Them
and I
are
couldn't
nice.
hit either one of them. They
Try
were
the
just-
T300s.
I did. I couldn't hit those either. They didn't feel right.
Oh, don't get those. You'll be in there with Rocky.
Oh, you suck,
Uh,
jackass.
Trying to stay in D5.
You suck, you jackass.
Exactly. Hold on, I got another one from Happy Gilmore.
That was me on Sunday. That was me all
Yeah, it
day on
was.
Sunday.
That's actually live recorded footage of Andrew.
At Mules National. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the first episode. Thank you guys all for being here. I know it's late on a Monday, and I know you guys all had to work today, but I'm glad we were able to get together and do this. Let's plan on doing it here in the next probably week, 2 weeks. Same
Yeah.
time, 2 weeks. I'll probably even just schedule it. I'll put it on your calendar so Brett has it on his calendar and he knows.
Yeah, do that fancy Google invite thing.
The fancy Google invite thing. Yeah, if you guys would just join the Discord. By the way, we also have a Discord if you want to join that too. we can post up clips, we can have conversations, things like that. So I'll put the link on the video here when we get it posted up. But thank you guys very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Good conversation, and everybody have a really good rest of your evening and a really good week. And I'll see you later. All right.
Have a good one.